his name, that did a lot of that led Hitler down a lot of.
Oh, I can't. Now you didn't said I'll never
You know
remember
what I'm
his
talking?
name.
It
Yeah,
wasn't. It
yeah, I know
wasn't.
you're talking about.
It wasn't Stal. I mean, it wasn't
No, it
Stalin.
wasn't.
It was the same.
The goose stepping, gray dressed.
Yeah,
I
he was
can't. I
actually
can't
the
think of his
one
name.
where you could see where he started kind of transforming into a completely different, more on the evil side of.
And then because of Hitler's research into medicine and different types of, I guess, I don't know what you'd call them, but just different areas in existence. Some of it would be called paranormal, some might be called religious, but really for him, he, like with twins, he wanted to know what the connection was, why twins could feel pain, on the other side of a planet or something, or why they knew the other one was in trouble or something. Those psychic connections he was very, very interested in. I guess because he figured it would be ways for his people to communicate without having to use phones or telegraphs or anything else. It would make it instantaneous as well. But he just went overboard instead of stopping, the experiment and saying, okay, we've learned this much. He decided he wanted to dissect them and take them apart, and he just couldn't stop himself. And I don't know how much of it he actually signed off on. I mean, a lot of the experiments I heard about, a lot of medical experiments I heard about, I don't know if he actually signed off. I don't know. In other words, he just signed a paper, and whoever's in charge of his medical stuff just took over from that point and said, "Yeah, go ahead and do this under Hitler's name." And there's no way of knowing because he killed himself and never got to answer any of the questions. Nobody else would answer anything. Everybody
Well,
who
and
went to
there
trial was
gets
like,
to a
"Screw you."
point in war with, regardless of who's doing it, whether it be the person signing off on it, the officer, whatever, down to, like, even with the US in past wars, down to like the private carrying out certain orders, because Vietnam, for instance, or even World War One or two, there were, uh, all the way down to the privates, they did things that would be considered war crimes now, even interrogation processes and things like that, that their higher ups didn't sign off on, obviously, but the privates became, so it's like they were the ones on the front lines, so they be.
Kind of deal. So it is. Sorry about that, guys and girls. Hey, we got to make sure everybody can hear us. We got lots of different venues to listen on. We want to make sure they can hear us. Hey, I think the more you deal with it, the crazier it gets. Like Papa Doc, everybody else. That's think it wears on you. And it's like when he was talking about reincarnation. Reincarnation is a tough thing. I mean, there's at least two ways you can rule it out. It's again, it's all what you want to believe, because you can believe you come back, or you can believe you go on the other side. But see, I have an issue. Okay, so I die now, and I go spend 150 years on the other side, and then I come